SARS is concerned that crypto assets and trades are not being declared by taxpayers on their tax returns and is taking action to tighten its monitoring to ensure compliance. The Revenue Service will be including crypto assets into its compliance programs and so will be engaging with the Financial Sector Conduct Authority regarding the provision of information on registered crypto asset service providers. SARS is also receiving information directly from local exchanges, and through its multilateral agreements, SARS is exchanging information with other tax authorities globally. The provision of offshore crypto accounts will be the subject of a multilateral agreement to be signed by the Finance Minister in November. This will catalyze the cross-jurisdictional exchange of such information in respect of South African taxpayers. SARS says it's working to make it easy and simple for taxpayers and traders to seamlessly comply with their obligations. But the Revenue Service says it will be hard and costly for those who are willfully non-compliant. Casper Troskie will stay on at Old Mutual. He will remain CFO until April 2027. The Financial Services Group says the decision was made in the interest of continuity and to assist with the execution of various key strategic projects underway. This announcement follows a statement from the firm in November last year, where Old Mutual advised that Troskie would reach the company's normal retirement age in April. At the time, it was agreed to extend his employment for another year and begin the search for a suitable replacement. Afrimat expects to report sharply lower headline earnings at the halfway stage of the year. That's thanks to lower iron ore sales volumes and revenue. The Building Materials and Mining Group says headline earnings per share will be between 75% and 85% lower when compared with a year ago. The company's financial results are expected to be released on October the 24th. Schroder European Real Estate Investment Trust says its direct property portfolio was independently valued at 208 million euros at the end of September. This reflects a marginal decrease of 0.1%. The firm, which invests in property in European growth cities, has stated that this is the second consecutive quarter of stabilizing values and the outlook is positive. That's as Schroder expects recent European Central Bank rate cuts to favorably impact investor and occupier confidence, liquidity and values. Mondi has unboxed a deal. The paper group will acquire the Western European packaging assets of Schumacher Packaging. This will strengthen the firm's corrugated converting footprint in Europe. The transaction has an enterprise value of 12.2 billion rand and will be financed from existing facilities. Mondi says it will be earnings per share accretive in the first full financial year following completion. Transnet's Durban port deal has been dealt a blow. The Durban High Court interdicted the deal between the logistic firm and Philippines-based International Container Terminal Services. That's after Maersk's terminal operating unit, which was among the unsuccessful bidders, challenged the award. It says that company didn't meet a stipulated solvency measure. It was the only bidder that used its market capitalization to meet the solvency requirements for the tender, which relates to the management of the Durban Container Terminal prior to. Further afield, the U.S. said in a court filing it was considering asking a judge to force Alphabet's Google to divest parts of its business that helped the big tech firm maintain an illegal monopoly in online search. Here's more in this package report.
Google could be forced to break up. The US said it may ask a judge to make the search giant sell off businesses like its Chrome browser and Android phone operating system. It all flows from an August court ruling when Google was found to be operating an illegal monopoly in search. Now the Justice Department is considering what penalties to demand, with a breakup among the options. Another would be to require Google to supply rivals with the indexes, data and models it uses for search functions. Officials could also seek to stop payments the firm makes to have its search engine pre-installed or set as the standard option for new devices. Google pays billions every year to companies like Apple to secure default status for its products. The proposed fixes will also extend to ensuring the firm doesn't build a new monopoly in artificial intelligence. Google denies all the charges against it and plans to appeal the case, but some of the possible remedies have previously been backed by smaller rivals like search engine DuckDuckGo. Review site Yelp, which sued Google over search in August, says spinning off its Chrome browser and AI services should be considered. Now the Justice Department is expected to submit more detailed proposals to the court by November 20th. Google will have a month after that to put forward its own ideas. Whatever happens, it's likely to shrink the firm's revenues and reshape how Americans use the internet.
And Boeing has withdrawn its pay offer to around 33,000 U.S. factory workers, and no further negotiations were planned with their union representatives as a financially damaging strike nears its fourth week. Let's take a look at this report for more.
Talks broke down between Boeing and the Machinists Union. The company withdrew a pay rise offer for striking workers, and no new talks with the union are scheduled. Over 30,000 workers have been on strike for 3 weeks. The International Association of Machinists is seeking a 40% pay rise over 4 years. They also aim to restore a pension plan workers lost 10 years ago. However, Stephanie Pope, the head of Boeing's commercial planes business, told workers in a note that the union did not seriously consider the company's proposals and further negotiations do not make sense. More than 90% of workers voted down an offer of a 25% pay rise over 4 years before going on strike. Last month, workers rejected an improved plan from Boeing, which the company described as its best and final, which would give a 30% pay rise and restore a performance bonus. The plane maker, which was under pressure over its 737 MAX jet's reliability issues, is undergoing a cash squeeze. In mid-September, Boeing furloughed tens of thousands of employees, halting production of its best-selling 737 MAX jet and other lines. It's on the brink of losing its prized investment-grade credit rating. S&P said it placed Boeing's rating on CreditWatch negative, saying the company will likely seek incremental funding. Sources told Reuters Boeing is mulling a sale of stock and equity-like securities to raise billions of dollars.